Yeah, so hi, my name is Alexander Grondal. I am the senior producer for Battlefield 1.
Alexander, what are you showing new here with Battlefield Run at E3?
So here at E3 we're showing a whole new map that we haven't shown before. It's called Scar of Saint Quentin. This takes place in the northern parts of France. So this is a huge map, it's pretty big. It takes place kind of right where the front line ends and the kind of the trench lands and the complete moonscape meets the kind of French villages. So basically you get to fight across an entire kind of push inland towards the villages of France. We have some new weather system that we're showing as well. So basically as you'll be playing on the map, the weather can change during the course of the map itself. What that means is that you might be sat there sniping in the sunlight and everything is hunky-dory, and then perhaps the fog comes rolling in, and now you have to kind of change your play style and kind of get a bit more close. Yeah, and we're also showing a whole new type of vehicles that we're adding. This is we're calling them the Behemoths. So if one team, in Conquest, if one team is kind of lagging behind a little bit and needs some extra reinforcements, they might actually be granted a Behemoth, or an airship comes in. Now, the airship is like the ultimate vehicle. It kind of will dominate the map itself. So it can be used as a gun platform, it can be used to take out all the fighter planes, and it can drop huge bombs. So it's basically a huge presence on the battlefield. So if you're up against one of those, you want to focus your fire and try to take it down as soon as possible, because you might actually be hurt in the long run if you don't.
So talk about how the mechanics work for the Behemoth. Did they come in only when your team is severely losing?
Yeah, that's currently in Conquest, that's how it's set up right now. So if you're kind of severely losing, then this reinforcement will be granted to you. Flies in and you can deploy, fully control it, pilot it wherever you want to go, and drop bombs and have fun with it.
So talk about the gas combat in the game as well as the mass to counter that effect.
Yeah, so you can drop gas grenades out, and the way to counter that, as you pointed out, is to put your gas mask on. Now, when you put on the gas mask, obviously it comes with a few drawbacks. You can't aim down sights anymore, and you have like a little bit less vision. So it's up to you how you want to play it. Do you want to run around the gas cloud? Do you want to run straight through it? Maybe you want to take a bayonet charge and kind of go straight through and see if if the opponents are inside there. So it's really up to you how you want to play that.
What kind of gas weapons are there in their game? Mustard gas and smoke, I'm assuming.
So this is poison gas that we are playing with, and there's smoke grenades as well. So there's a couple of different types of clouds that have a different gameplay attached to it.
So how do you design a weapon like that? Because it can be a huge area of effect that affects multiple people at once.
Yeah, so we actually had similar type systems in the past as well. So what we do is that we test out, obviously play test every day, find out a good balance for it, and see what is it too dominating? Doesn't it have enough impact? All that sort of stuff we try to tweak and work on all the time.
You talk about the melee system in the game as well, because you've made a lot of changes to that.
Yeah, so we have added a couple of new cool things for melee. We really wanted to kind of capture the feeling that that close combat was still a viable option to you, and it still is. So what you'll be doing is that, first of all, you have the new bayonet charge. It's a whole new mechanic we're adding. So this is, have a knife fixed on top of your gun, so you charge down and take down people with the charge. Or you can choose to bring different types of melee weapons into the game, and these melee weapons have slightly different pros and cons depending on what you feel like. So some might be quicker and some might be able to take down doors, but it's all up to you how you kind of want to play around with that. So it's more of an gameplay choice now, melee, than it was before. Before it was just different versions of the same thing. Now it's actually a bit more flavor to it than that.
So talk about the different classes you can be in the game.
Yeah, so first of all you have the Assault class. Now this is your traditional frontline fighters. This is equipped with SMGs and are really good to take out tanks. It's equipped with a couple of explosives and anti-tank grenades and that sort of stuff. Then you have the Support class. Now these are with light machine guns. These are also the class that you reinforce with ammunition. Then you have the Medic class. Now this is the class where you revive and heal your teammates, and basically as a supporting character. Your primary weapon is typically a semi-automatic rifle that you use, and some of them are almost proto-assault rifle type weapons and full auto. And then you have the Recon class, the long-range sniper that sits and shoots from afar. So this has a sniper rifle and other scout capabilities that you're doing with him. But so these are kind of traditional classes we've had before with a few more twists and turns to them, but we're also adding the vehicle classes. So it's a pilot and a tanker. So what that means is that when you're deploying into a vehicle, you are now playing as this class. This is a unique class. So you have your own weapon and your own gadgets that goes with this class as well.
So can any character use a gas mask, or is that a class-specific item?
So all the classes will have the gas mask equipped to use whenever you feel like it's appropriate.
When does Battlefield 1 come out? What platforms will it be on?
So Battlefield 1 is coming out worldwide October 21st on PC, Xbox, and PlayStation 4. But if you get the early Enlister Deluxe Edition, you will get access as early as October 18th.